So meditation is the path to alignment. It's a tool to the path to alignment. It's interesting. It just means stop the normal thought to allow the internal thought or the inner being thought. That's really what it is. You're not focusing, you're allowing a more important focus. What you're actually saying is, I'm setting this time aside to clear a space in me so that my inner being can flow through me clearly. This is a distinction that we really want you to hear. Your inner being is always flowing to you and through you, always. You don't need to meditate to allow us to see through your eyes or hear through your ears or taste through your tongue. In other words, we're there all the time. But it is necessary for you to recognize that it's happening. The process of meditation, first you're going to quiet your mind, then you're going to feel impulse. And the best scenario is when you feel a detachment from your time-space reality, which means you feel sort of numb, or you feel sort of swoony, or you can't tell your nose from your toe. You feel detachment. Now your mind is going to wander because it's used to wandering around and it's used to being active. So when you catch yourself thinking about something, don't fight that. If your mind is really active, then this isn't really a very good time to meditate. And don't push it, don't try to make it happen. You want some distance between activation of some problem and your time to meditate. So think of meditation as a step 3 moment. Don't look at meditation as a way to fix things. Look at the meditation as a way that your odds are greatest of letting in the questions that you've been asking, the step 1ing that you've been doing, and the step 2ing that we've been doing and are doing, and you're just going to have a step 3 moment, which means you're just going to relax, focus on something that isn't very interesting. It's just a soft thing to focus on. And since it's not very active, then it's rather inactive. And because it's rather inactive, then there's no resistance in it. And focus on your breathing. That's a good thing. Count your breaths. That's a good thing. Until you can actually feel that detachment. We want to say that that feeling of detachment is key to knowing you're accomplishing a significant meditation. That difference in the way your body feels. Even better, once you've received that sense of detachment, if you receive an impulse to move and you know you're not directing it, even better. That means you've come into alignment with your inner being, who knows every cell of your body and who is offering impulses so that your body will respond to the intentionality of the thought that's being offered. You see what we're getting at? So just relax until that happens. We wouldn't make work of it, but we would do it every day because it is a progressive thing. The more you do it, the more confidence you have in it. The more you do it, the easier it is for you to tune into it. The more you do it, the more nuanced it becomes. The more you do it, the more you get to feel the progression of your connection to inner being. It isn't difficult. It's being who you really are. It's getting who you aren't out of the way so you can be who you are. And by who you aren't, we mean it's getting worrisome you out of the way. It's getting impatient you out of the way. It's getting competitive you out of the way. It's getting anything out of the way that your inner being isn't. And when everything is out of the way that your inner being isn't, then you is as your inner being is, and there you are. You want to get used to that feeling. Used to that feeling. The thing that meditation brings to you is it gives you this stability. You're not so quick to fly off the handle. You're steadier in your vibration. It amplifies your sensitivity to your alignment or your discord. It helps you understand if there's a gap between the vibration of your inner being and you. And when you think about it, your inner being is always satisfied. When you're dissatisfied, there's a gap. Your inner being always loves. When you're not loving, there's a gap. Your inner being always knows that things are working out for you. When you don't know that, there's a gap. So meditation is a way of closing the gap. Well, pretty easy to close the gap if you're not thinking about anything. So don't think of anything and close the gap. Don't think of anything and close the gap. Don't think of anything and close the gap until you now know what it viscerally feels like when the gap is closed. There is no better understanding about maximizing myself as a person than to understand that it is connecting myself to my whole self, allowing the whole of me to be present in this moment. So it's helpful to know you were non-physical energy before you came into this body. And even though a part of your consciousness is focused here, that larger non-physical part of you, that energy part of you, that source, God force part of you remains non-physically focused, but is still right here focused with you. And so what you're looking for as a human is to find ways to be as open to that wholeness as you can be, so that you can allow moment by moment more of that wholeness to be present in your deciding process, in your deciding what to do process, in your clarity process, and so forth. You're just going to relax and focus on your breathing. That's a good thing. Count your breaths. That's a good thing. It's not as interesting as I thought it would be. Gap opens. Close the gap. Relax and focus on your breathing. Count your breaths. Wonder if I'm supposed to get something. Gap opens. Breathe more. Focus more. Close the gap. Seems like I should be doing something. Relax and focus on your breathing. Count your breaths. All is well with me. This feels good. Nice thing to be doing. Gap opens a little. You're thinking too much. Just relax. Nothing needs to be done. In tune with source. Can't hear your source. Speak louder. Gap opens. You just get so you can feel that attunement or not, that attunement or not. And after a little while, you'll be so in tune that you'll begin to receive thoughts that your inner being is thinking. That's the best description of meditation that we've ever offered.